Tonight, I learned that one of the worst decisions that would affect our lives in one of the worst ways has been made. And it was just made a few days ago by none other than a government. Articles 11 and 13 have just been passed. In Singapore, it was the 26th of March. And, well, it's sad. To those of you who do not know, Article 13 basically states that if any of your content has even 1 frame or 1 second of content that isn't yours, crediting the creator won't help you anymore. Your video will still get taken down. Your song will still get taken down. And I mean, it's really hard for content creators to get past the fact that the EU has once again tried to control the entire population of Europe and the internet that they use, just so that they can save face. This time though, they succeeded. I congratulate them for that. As you can tell by my face, I was being sarcastic. Because enforcing Article 13 of course means that, well, it means a few things. First of all, the best way to learn is learning by example. And with the copyright law in place, we cannot show examples to the audiences that we want to teach. And I am speaking from the perspective of content creators who make educational content that will defo get blocked because it's not theirs. They credit it to creator, but so what? It's not theirs. And that's all that matters in Article 13. As long as it's not yours, you are in danger. You cannot save yourself by crediting the original artist. And then, what if some people just want to use royalty-free music? They can't. I know that the upside of this is that everything is going to be original, but let's face it, since when was originality that easy? After all, we always steal from previous generations, and they're fine with it. So why should the EU not be fine with it? These guys, I'm telling you, they just want to save face, okay? Now, for example, when they start controversies, they will make and enforce all types of laws to forbid Europe's population from ever talking about them again. So it's going to just basically, like I said, save face. These guys are so scared to lose. They think that their reputation can be ruined in an instant, when really, although it can, they really don't have a strong reputation. I mean, they do have a bad reputation for trying to hide the truth instead of actually solving problems. But that's the only reputation you have. You can't ruin a reputation if it's bad enough, right? I just don't know what to say. This has been the case for all of their laws. especially with Article 13 and alongside it Article 11. Because when using Article 13, anyone can come and claim your content for just a snippet, a few seconds that contain anything other than your original stuff. This tells us that the EU is just trying to take control. Their ego has blown up so much that it has gotten to this point. And with Article 11, aka the link tax, every time you send a link from another website, you cause that website to pay a tax. And you know what? That's the EU, again, trying to control people. Trying to build up a good reputation for themselves in the most insincere and dishonest way possible. Now I know many of you are asking, I live in Singapore, which is in Asia, and Asia does not equal Europe. However, I think I might go with the majority of skeptics on this one, that not Article 13 itself, but the idea of being taken down for 1 second or 1 frame of content that does not belong to you is going to spread throughout the world. I might not be alive to see that day, but trust me when I say it has a high probability of coming. Like, who knows, like in freaking 2035, we won't be able to do anything other than original content. We won't be able to even teach online because the ideas belong to someone else. You can't teach someone about gravity. That belongs to Isaac Newton. Taken down. You can't freaking teach calculus. That also belongs to Isaac Newton. Taken down. You can't teach about electronics. Those belong to Edison and Tesla. Taken down. See where I'm going with this? If the EU get too power hungry, this will happen. But I say if. We need to convince the EU to abolish Articles 13 and 11. Because by putting these in place, we have essentially gotten our freedom of speech removed. Therefore, being mindless drones on the internet. I know that being original requires thinking. And thinking, while it isn't that bad, shouldn't be overused. You know? That's another point to support the abolishment of Article 13. So, what do we have so far? We have freedom of speech, concepts that can't be taught because they belong to the discoverer of the concepts, and you can't even... I don't know, you find yourself rambling, like me, and, well, EU, you've done a great job. You sincerely have. You've done a great job of trying to divert people's attention from your projects, from your crazy schemes, by making them ramble on about it. Because your schemes are just like that. They have the potential for people to ramble on. But trust me, we will never forget this. We will have our freedom of speech. We will be able to teach people. And most of all, we will be able to be original without the confines of everything being original. Because sometimes you just gotta recycle concepts. And sometimes you gotta use stuff that belongs to someone else to drive across a point. And sometimes 1 second of content isn't worth it. And the worst thing about all this? When I become a part of the YouTuber monetization program, I will be doomed. Forwards, I will be doomed. because that 1 second or 1 frame of content that is not mine will get my channel not only taken down, people can then claim my content as their own, and the Article 13 doesn't really care. They say, blame the website for it, blame whatever the website has for it. And so the law also forbids the website that you're posting on from refuting the claim, meaning that if anyone tries to take away my money, I cannot say no. This is the graveness of the copyright laws here, people. I do not know the EU's website, but there is one thing you can do. You can join me in the quest to find the EU's website and spam them. And I mean literally spam them. I don't know if you're authorized to do that, but spam within legal limits, you know what I'm saying? The point is, use the points that I have driven across in this video to help abolish Articles 13 and 11. Because we sure are not ready to lose our money. Because we sure are not ready to go full on original. Because we sure are not ready for the gravity of the situation. And we sure are not ready for the downfall of the internet.